with my special guests, Bobby and Jose.
Take two.
All right. Okay. Well, we had a pretty eventful day today. We went to church earlier, had some lunch. They just did a podcast. And how are you guys feeling?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Tired, low-key sleepy.
That's it? All right. Well, we
He said I ain't lying.
I'm here though. I'm just here for I won't get fined.
All right. Well, I do want to talk a little bit about the wedding. We have a big trip coming out to Greece. Well, to Europe. Where are you guys headed?
So for me and Jose, we booked our flights. So we're going to London, Mykonos, Santorini, and Amsterdam.
Dang.
We're gonna be all 2-week bender. So we were trying to do 2.5. We actually wanted to include a visa and Poland. We wanted to go to the concentration camps, but we couldn't fit those. I think it would have been too much.
You have to go back.
Yeah.
But we will be going back to a visa this summer. So
we should plan the Croatia and Portugal too.
Well,
we want to do that.
Where were you guys going again?
Yeah, I think we want to try to go to Croatia and Portugal after too. So, and then of course Athens and Santorini, but yeah, that's where we're thinking about going.
So you guys haven't booked?
No.
So you guys just booked your flights to Athens?
Athens and Santorini.
Are you guys gonna feel it more like do it once you're kind of out there, closer, and like just feel what the vibes are, or how are you guys doing that?
I don't know. I think we're gonna wait until like May to really figure out what we're gonna do. And then just kind of see also like what vibes we're feeling ourselves, if we want to do more city, more beaches. But yeah, I'm really excited. What in particular are you guys most excited about for this next Europe trip? Because you guys went to these already. So what are you most excited for this trip?
Me personally, just seeing something new. Honestly, it's always that's for me. Just I'm not like really focused on obviously being part of the wedding, yes, but just seeing a different part of the world, you know.
Right? Huh? You're a bridesmaid, right?
Yes, I'm the flower girl, actually. You know what I mean? That's why I'm growing out my hair. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah. And then I'm also going to be officiating the wedding.
Yeah, so flower girl, you know, the priest. He's going to be holding the book while the priest officiates them. He's the book holder, so yeah, that's what he is.
What about you, Bobby?
I would say, besides your guys' wedding, I'm excited for Mykonos.
Yeah.
I've heard really good things about Mykonos. I would actually have a coworker that's gone, and he's gone to Mykonos and Ibiza, and he told me, he was like, oh, honestly, if you like Ibiza, you're really gonna love Mykonos.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm excited for Mykonos. And I'm excited for the whole trip, but I think Mykonos is the place that I'm most excited about.
That's awesome.
What about you?
No, I'm really excited for Santorini. We want to do like that boat day before the wedding, then the wedding, of course. And I'm just really excited to just celebrate with everybody that's going to make it across the world to Europe to celebrate Michael and I. So I really want to take those days wherever with everybody to really appreciate and show gratitude for everybody making the trip and making that commitment. So that's what I'm most excited for, of course, because it's my wedding.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did also want to, as you mentioned earlier, I'm going to pivot a little bit. You wanted to maybe start a podcast. What are your thoughts after recording a couple episodes now?
I would say I would say it's a little motivating, actually. I think the main reason why I would want, probably the same reason, I don't know if Mike's mentioned it before, but I probably want to do it for the same reasons that he would want to do it for. But mainly because I would want to have videos or voice recordings of situation of talking to my family, friends about stories, about experiences, and have that to be able to look back on and just reminisce on memories that as you get older you forget about, but then you're able to bring back those memories. Because if you think about it, well, I guess you know how back in the day when we grew up there was you had your parents or your grandparents, VHSs, and you look back on it and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So I would I feel as you get older it kind of still dies down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you might have pictures or videos from different events.
Yeah, because
to put it all together.
Yeah, it's because the iPhone kind of the smartphones and stuff, they kind of ruined the old school tradition. No one really prints out pictures no more. So say you lose your phone or whatever, you know, that data won't come back, you know.
And it's like
it's not authentic no more. Like the picture no more. It's just like swipe. Like I have it there. Like with whatever. But when you look back to your old what is it? Your pictures. Your your photo albums. See like that's how fucking I'm forgetting about it. So but photo albums, you look through it and like damn those bring up memories instead of just I go through my phone. Yeah, I see the pictures, but I just get over it. Like but something about going through a photo album is more better.
But it's like your sister and your brother today. They're posting old pictures of you guys when you guys were younger, like the actual pictures. Yeah. It's like like you said.
It's like authentic, like some like authenticness.
But are you guys thinking about doing it together? What are you guys thinking with that?
I don't know, to be honest.
What like the podcast? No, I'll be like I'll pull up. Like hey, I need like come right here, help me with it. I'll do it, but
we're kicking it because we kick it anyways.
So it's just like, hey, you want to come pull up? I'll probably be in the background. I won't be on it. That's his,
Yeah.
I won't stop one person. It's just I won't have the time for the work. But when he's there, like, hey, if I'm there, I'll pull up. I'll jump. I'll be in the in the mix. Yeah.
But no, and honestly, I feel like after doing this one, like it's motivating, and then like watching like the George Janko show podcast. That inspired me to do one. Just because of like the topics that he discussed, I'm just like, you know what, like he said something in one of his podcasts that I mentioned earlier, and it really stuck with me. He's like, when people look at me, I want them to see God shining through me, and when he said that, it really stuck with me because I was like, dang, this guy's really doing God's work. Like he's using his platform to spread God's word and like make people knowledgeable about like God and his word and what he could do for you. And I'm like, you know what? Like I think like I want that for myself. I want people to look at me and see that God's shining through me. And I think having a podcast will allow me to do that. And not even just with people viewing, but with like my friends. Like maybe some of my friends don't have that as close as a relationship with God, but like by me bringing them on and maybe just discussing like some of the situations that God's helped me through, it might motivate them, or like they might build off of that. But
I feel like after all, it'll also strengthen any relationships or friendships you have when you both talk about God and you can start relating to God with those friends. I think it's going to be an overall great journey for you to start your podcast. But last question I do want to ask, Hoser, for you, what's your next step for your career, for your future?
Honestly,
the next big step.
Like probably get my certifications, or maybe like get a Class A license and stuff to get more money. But like things like I want to take like courses to like help me get like a better position in my company. So that's what I want to do. Just because I feel like I'm already over exceeded my limit. So now I gotta get certifications to like to get more ahead in the field. So that's what I want to do.
I love that. That's great. Wish you the best of luck with that.
That's
awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
I have an idea for the next podcast. We should do it. What is it, like ASMR, or like, or like when you eat in front of people? Or like,
we should do a mukbang.
A mukbang?
Is that what it's called? Or like when they scratch that shit and it's I
don't know. I know mukbang. That's a food.
I know where they just
like it's soup and shit. Like I eat food and it's like.
You
hear the sound of it.
Like when they're eating it, like is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Okay, you're like eating that shit.
Like it gives you chills. Like
that could be the next one.
What about you? What's your next career? Your next big step?
I think the next big step for me, well, in my career, I would say I have to get my PE license. So I actually signed up to take the test, so it's a 3-part test. The first test is 8 hours, and in order to take the other 2, I have to pass the first one. So I signed up to take the test May 13th. So that's one step, and then I think the next big step that I want to do is buying up investment property.
Nice.
So I started looking into buying properties outside of the state and just doing my research on the data and where's the best place to buy up investment property. So I'm taking those steps. So I think those are my next 2 big goals for my careers.
That's exciting.
What about you?
Awesome. Me, my next step would be to officially test out to become an officially certified Pilates instructor. And then just to continue building my clientele, I really want to focus on my private clients, so really just growing that. And then after that, I have other endeavors I also want to pursue, but I want to do one at a time instead of like spreading myself too thin. Yeah. So my first one, I'm just focusing on becoming certified as a Pilates instructor, and then I have my list that I'm just gonna go down. But I really wanted to ask this because obviously whenever we post this video, it'll have a date. So whenever we look back on this video, maybe like later this year, we can be like, oh, what are our goals? Did we achieve them? How fast did we achieve them? Like, what's our next goal now when we all revisit and have this conversation?
New goals every time.
So that's why I really wanted to ask that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, no, honestly too though, that's something when you said that just came to my mind, and I was like, like a lot of the times we get so caught up with like chasing our dreams or like what's the next step that we forget to stop and like enjoy where you're at right now.
Yeah.
So I think for like all of us, I think a lot of the time like enjoy the journey, like enjoy where you're at, like take a step back because it's good to be hungry, but it's like also it's like you have to enjoy it being where you're at because like you're living your dream out of like, so how does it say? It's like at this moment in your life you're living a dream that you had at one point. But like sometimes you don't realize that because you're looking for the next step.
Oh my God.
So like for me, the way I think of it is like when I was younger, I always knew that I wanted to live by myself and like have my own apartment and like it's crazy because now that I'm that happened and I live on my own and I have my own apartment, it's like I have to like I told myself to take a step back and like appreciate that because when I was little that was my dream and now I'm living out my dream. So it's like, but you don't realize that sometimes because it's like you're so busy. What's next? What can I do? So it's like I wanted to remind you guys like honestly, you guys are doing good. You guys are living your life and living out your dream. So like take a step back and be happy and be appreciative and like not saying that you guys aren't, but it's just like
sometimes you're living in the good old days without you knowing. Sometimes, I've seen that like a post like it said. Sometimes I wish I look back and tell myself I'm living in the good old days. Enjoy it,
Oh my God, I love both of those things that you guys said. And just to add a third one there, I saw something like maybe 2 days ago. It said, you said you would be happy. Like each goal that we have achieved, we told ourselves before, like if I were to achieve moving out by myself, or if I were to like achieve buying a home on my own, I would be happy. Like you achieved it, so like be happy. It's basically kind of the same different variation of what we just said. So I agree.
I think the reason why that came to my head is because like in the future when we look back at this video, we're gonna be like, dang, like at that moment this is what I wanted, and now that I have it, it's like, oh shit, like so you have this video or this podcast to look back on and you're like, oh shit, like when your future self, I'm telling you, your future self, be in the moment and just take it all in and just know that like you're living out your dreams. And, like to me, just knowing that's it. Like, that's cool. Like, but
that's awesome. Thank you guys for sharing. I'm so glad we did a quick little video.
I love quick ones.
And well, thank you everybody for joining. Comment, like, subscribe, share. This is your host Alondra with Bobby and Hoser. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.